Now let me share with you about the Lionheart Herbs liquid extracts like this wild Chaga tincture. Now what's so awesome about the new Lionheart Herbs range? Well, first of all, they're premium ingredients, right? All of these Lionheart Herbs tinctures are made by dual extraction, so they're alcohol extracted and water extracted, and they're extracted into a beautiful organic fig alcohol, right, which is about 44%. It's absolutely amazing quality. We get it here in glass bottle with corks sealed with beeswax, just beautiful, incredibly premium quality alcohol. We then use that to extract the very, very best quality herbs. Now we've got 4 in this range at the time of making this video. Very, very excited about all of them. I'll tell you about each of the individual herbs and what's so special about each of the individual ingredients at the moment. But I just want to let you know that I've done my research on this is the very best medium for extraction that I've found so far available anywhere, right? This is really premium stuff, which leads to a really premium quality product, right? The Lionheart Herbs liquid extracts, I absolutely stand by them. They're so incredibly powerful, so incredibly effective. Now, a lot of people have asked me, why have you gone into liquid extracts, Elwin, right? Because some friends, some clients already know I've been doing this before I've officially announced it, which is what I'm doing in this video. And the reason is because up until now, I've used teas, I've used the powdered extracts. The reason is because the alcoholic extracts have a very powerful capacity in certain areas, right? So for a general extraction, a hot water extraction is perfectly good, right? So for an extraction of polysaccharides especially, which are more the immune modulating aspects of, for instance, medicinal mushrooms, which we'll talk about in a second, hot water extraction is awesome. But there are certain active ingredients which hot water extraction doesn't really get to. And so then using an alcoholic extraction as well as the water extraction, so we're using the best of both worlds, is just an ideal way to get those active ingredients which are really powerful and really beneficial that otherwise we may not be able to get. The other thing is the medium is so instant, right? So a lot of people ask me, you know, what should I do with my powders and should I put them in a smoothie? And I normally say it's not the best because the challenge is that your body's going to take a while to digest it and it may get lost in amongst all the food, right? Which is why a cup of tea is generally better, even though putting it in a smoothie is fine. Well, an alcoholic extract, like a tincture, a liquid extract, is even easier. It's even more direct, right? Because literally all you do is you squirt a little bit under the tongue and it immediately, like you'll feel it within seconds, you know, with some of them like the Schizandra. Okay, I've announced the first one, right, with the Schizandra extract. Just a split second after putting it in the mouth, you can feel it going through your system. It's so powerful. The effect is so instantaneous. It's really, really awesome, right? So in terms of it having that immediate effectiveness, there's nothing that really beats these liquid extracts from my perspective, right? Yes, they really are premium quality. I've tried all the other brands on my website and I've got several of them, including the ones that are known to be the premium quality in the world, and I stand by that this is the best of all, right? This is the best that I've tried, and I know that some of my friends in the health field feel exactly the same way. So this is a really top quality way of doing things. Now, the reason I'm only launching a few herbs like this, and I'll only do a few more if you know, everything goes well, is because not every herb needs to be alcohol extracted, right? In general, hot water extraction is simpler, it's cheaper. However, to get that really premium quality, to get certain active ingredients, this is really a way to go. It's a super potency, right? We've really talked about that. The other benefit, of course, is that alcohol goes straight to the liver. Now, if you're concerned about that, by the way, if you're someone who's hypersensitive to alcohol and you're asking, well, can I use these kind of extracts? Can I use any kind of alcoholic extracts? The answer is yes and no. Yes, you can use them, but no, you may not want to use them in the way that I just described, right, underneath the tongue. So all you need to do then, if you add the alcohol extract to boiling water or hot water, or very hot water, almost boiling water, and leave it for a few minutes, then all the alcohol will actually evaporate off and you'll be left with all the power of the active ingredients. And then what you could do is you could still sip the tea and then hold it underneath the tongue, and it will still have a almost as instantaneous effect, but it won't be quite as instantaneous. So if you are okay with tiny quantities of alcohol, like a milliliter or 2 at a time, then you're good. And then you have the additional benefit of the fact that it'll go straight to the liver. So something like Schizandra, which we're going to talk about first, of course we don't want, you know, large amounts of alcohol in the liver. That's not good for a liver, but a tiny little bit of alcohol with a hugely powerful burst of a liver tonifying herb like Schizandra is actually really powerful and really beneficial. for the liver, right? So that's another benefit of this kind of extract. Now, the other thing about the Lionheart Herbs range, and I think you already know this about me, my training is always premium, it's always top of the line because it's the best, but I really don't like the idea of anyone feeling like they're not able to afford the kind of the support that they need in terms of herbs or supplements or anything like that. So I try and always make things as amazing value as possible. And so I stuck with that with these liquid extracts. So despite the fact that the ingredients are more premium than ever, despite the fact that the quality is so high, despite the fact that you know, everything is top of the line, we're still going to have them as amazing value, right? They're going to be less expensive than the other ranges that we have in the store. They're going to be a lot more affordable. Why is that? Because I want you to be able to have these things, right? I want you to be able to at least try them and feel the power of them, feel how effective they are. So let's talk about the individual herbs. So the first one that we've got in this range is the Schizandra, right? The Schizandra extract. Now, I won't do a big long thing on each of the individual herbs because you've probably heard me talk about it before. If you haven't, you can absolutely, you know, have a look at the individual herbs on the website and you'll find an explanatory video about it. Basically, this is the closest that we have to a cure-all herb, really in the world. It works on all 5 of your organ systems, all 12 meridians. It builds all 3 of the treasures. It's really amazing. It's especially good at helping to replenish our reserves of energy in the kidneys, especially good at helping to very, very gently tonify and clear through the liver. And very, very good at stopping any energy from leaking out of us because of its astringent quality. So that's the really powerful thing about the Schizandra. So we'll find if we take the Schizandra, it has an immediate effect on a kind of more energy level. It's very grounding, right? So it's excellent for anchoring you, pulling you down to the earth. If you tend to be one of those kind of person who's all kind of up in your head and almost about to take off, then you'll find Schizandra especially beneficial. So next we have pine pollen, right? I love pine pollen. Pine pollen is just a brilliant herb to have before you do any kind of exercise, before you do any kind of workout. It's an androgenic herb. So pine pollen as a herb, like we also do in Lionheart Herbs, is more of a tonic, more of a superfood in terms of it gives you an amazing array of nutrients, it gives you an amazing gene boost, an amazing immunity boost. But what the hot water extraction or just the powder doesn't do is it doesn't give you anywhere near as much of that androgenic effect. So what that means is there's actually small quantities, but nonetheless, you know, very supportive quantities of bioidentical testosterone in pine pollen. Now, this often freaks women out, like, oh, I don't want to, you know, get big muscles or grow hairs or anything like that. It's okay. It doesn't contain, you know, it's not a steroid, but it does give you an oomph, you know. It gives you some of the qualities which are related to testosterone. Probably most primary of all is confidence, you know. It gives you a burst of confidence, gives you a burst of extra energy, gives you a burst of extra stamina, and yeah, it can help with muscle gain as well. My friend Mike Nash, you know, swears by it for that reason. He uses it before all his workouts. So pine pollen, very, very, very powerful. This is a premium quality pine pollen, right? Many pine pollens are like a collection of different pine pollen, pine trees. This is Pinus masonia, which is the most premium, best quality pine pollen. And so the pine pollen extract is an excellent thing to have. I would recommend having it in the morning, in the afternoon, probably not at night, not before going to bed, because it really can be quite stimulating. It's a yang jing herb, right? If you know what that means from a Taoist point of view. It's really giving your kidneys a boost, but it's giving your willpower a boost. It's giving your confidence a boost. It's giving your drive a boost. It's giving you a bit more of a dopamine kind of rush as well, like a good feeling. So this is an excellent thing to have before working out. Now, next we have a wild chaga, okay? So this is an excellent quality wild chaga from the east coast of the United States. Really, really powerful. Now, if you're interested in finding out more about chaga, obviously you can check out a little bit in my video on the subject in the Lionheart Herb store. But if you really want to get in depth, there's a book written about it by David Wolf, which I highly recommend. It gives you a great deal of information to really understand the benefits of it. And it was reading that book that called my attention to the power of using not just a chaga hot water extract, which I had already been using, but using a chaga alcoholic extract as well. And the reason is because it gives you much greater access to the triterpenoids as well. So there are 2 main active ingredients in a lot of these tonic herbs. There are actually many, many, many of them usually, right? Dozens, but there's 2 kind of branches. One is the polysaccharides and one is the triterpenes. So the polysaccharides are more the immune boosting, but the triterpenes are more the antioxidants, right? So these are the things that prevent the degeneration and breaking down of your cells by free radicals, and so they're an anti-aging thing, right? So I really highly recommend, if you're into medicinal mushrooms, if you're into herbs like Chaga and Reishi, to definitely try having the alcohol extract version as well along with it. And again, you'll really feel the power of it straight away. Now, as I said, you know, Schizandra is such a grounding agent. Pine pollen is such a boosting agent. I would say the power of Chaga is that it's such a centering agent, right? It really brings you back to your center. It's really powerful for that, as well as, of course, being anti-aging, immune boosting, and all the many benefits which I probably can't go into. But it's been shown during research to even help with quite serious situations, right? I won't say any more about that. Now, the last one that we have is wild reishi. And so this is an incredible quality wild reishi, which is picked from high up in the mountains in northern Thailand. Just really amazing. Here's the wild reishi extract. So the reishi, very similar to the Chaga, in order to get the anti-aging benefits, especially in order to get the antioxidant benefits as well as all the polysaccharide benefits, because remember, this is dual extraction, it's giving you the best of both worlds. We want to go for a wild reishi tincture like this as well. The quality of this one, I'd say, so this one was grounding, this one was boosting, this one was centering. Now the reishi is really like a heart opening and a heart centering kind of herb, right? So it's really to help to open the heart, but also to help to calm and cool and soothe and nurture and make you feel better, right? Make you feel happier. Reishi is known as the herb of good fortune, and I don't know if that's literally like it gives you good luck, or probably more likely that it helps to reprogram your heart brain, right, which is one of your three brains, very important brain, to work better and to therefore be open to more opportunities, to be open to more good things happening, to magnetize more good things happening to you. I absolutely believe that from my own experience, right? So highly recommend wild reishi as well, really powerful. If that resonates with you, if you're into you know, being more in connection with your heart healing, then I'd highly recommend it. Not just for that reason, of course, it's immune boosting as well. It's also a very powerful liver tonic, it's a gene tonic, and on and on and on. But I'm trying to find what's exceptional about it to really say something to make it exceptional as compared to all other herbs, right? So if you're excited to try those, what I recommend that you do is go to the Lionheart Herb store, look under herbs, look under liquid herbs, click on there, and then they should come up straight away. Where should you start? I think it really depends on what you're looking for most, right? Which is why I gave you like a brief synopsis of what the energy of each of them are and some of the main benefits. But I would say ultimately all of them are worth trying, right? They're incredibly beneficial, incredibly powerful. I love them. So it's really up to you what you want to try first, but I would recommend that you would try at least one and see what you think about the quality of them, see what you think about the immediate kind of feeling that you get from them.